Why living with your children after 70 can be a big mistake. Must know. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light. Dylan Thomas, dear wonderful seniors, welcome to Golden Years Wisdom Channel, the place where every year of your life is honored, celebrated, and turned into a source of extraordinary strength. Here we exist for you, for your heart, your spirit, and the beautiful journey that still stretches ahead of you. If today's video touches your soul, please hit subscribe, press like, and leave a comment. Tell us, what is the one thing that still makes your heart smile every single morning? We believe that 60, 70, 80, even 100 years of living is not the end of your story. It is the wisest, richest, and most meaningful chapter you have ever lived. Together with our community of incredible seniors, let us strengthen one another, share our truths, and prove to the world that the golden years belong to those who are brave enough to live them with a full and open heart. Your home is the keeper of your soul. The sacred power of familiar ground picture a 74-year-old woman named Margaret, a retired school teacher who begins every morning by watering her small garden, brewing chamomile tea in her favorite cracked mug, and sitting by the window to watch the sunrise paint the sky. Her routine is simple, but within it, her soul breathes freely. When her children lovingly suggested she move into their larger home, she did not doubt their love for a single moment. What she quietly understood, however, was that no new house could carry the warmth that lived inside those walls she had built her life within. Independence in your senior years is not stubbornness. It is the sacred act of honoring a soul that has spent decades learning exactly who she is. Every corner of your home holds memories that cannot be purchased again. Every small ritual is a guardian of your mental and emotional balance. Money in your own hands is dignity in your own heart. Financial independence as a form of self-respect. George, a 78-year-old retired engineer, once sat in a quiet room and said something that broke my heart with its gentleness. I never imagined that at this age I would feel embarrassed to buy my own afternoon newspaper. After handing over financial control to his family with the most sincere of intentions, he found that even the smallest choices were no longer his to make, and that loss was never about money. It was about the quiet erosion of a dignity he had spent a lifetime building, dollar by dollar, year by year. Keep a personal bank account in your name alone. Write a simple financial plan and have honest, loving conversations with your family about boundaries before decisions are made, not after regrets are felt. Never let affection cause you to surrender control over your own life, because the person most qualified to manage your future is the one who has lived every chapter of it, and that person is you. Have you already secured your own personal savings? Share your experience in the comments to help and encourage others. Freedom is not a luxury. It is your birthright, the quiet strength of small choices. Eleanor, 81 years old, shared with tearful eyes how she had to ask permission to walk to the corner store near her daughter's house. The very same woman who had crossed entire cities on her own for 5 glorious decades. Her daughter was not unkind. Her daughter loved her deeply. But without anyone noticing, a love that was too protective had quietly become a gentle cage, and inside it, Eleanor slowly forgot the sound of her own confident footsteps. The loss of small freedoms is often more wounding than any physical pain. The freedom to choose when you sleep, when you eat, when you welcome guests, or when you simply sit in beautiful silence. These are human rights that do not diminish with age. They only become more precious. If you find yourself asking permission for things you once did naturally and freely, that is a loving signal that an honest, gentle conversation needs to happen. The right distance keeps love alive, the art of closeness without losing yourself. There is an ancient wisdom we often overlook. Too much closeness without breathing room can quietly transform longing into irritation. Robert, 69, and his daughter had the most beautiful relationship. Daily phone calls filled with laughter, Sunday lunches full of warmth, a bond that felt unbreakable. But after moving under the same roof, those warm conversations slowly became polite small talk, and the joy of looking forward to each visit vanished because there was no longer any distance to make the heart grow fonder. The most beautiful relationships are the ones with room to breathe. An anticipated visit carries far more meaning than a constant presence shadowed by unspoken tension. Consider the possibility of living close to your children without living inside their home. A small apartment nearby can become the sweetest arrangement of all, where every visit is a celebration rather than an obligation. Your body remembers where it belongs, why familiar environments are medicine for the soul. Medical science has confirmed what seniors have always known in their hearts. A body that has grown accustomed to the sound of rain on a familiar rooftop, the scent of a known garden after morning dew, and the faces of neighbors who have witnessed decades of your life, that body will flourish in ways that no luxury apartment can replicate. Dorothy, 83, experienced a sudden spike in blood pressure and weeks of sleepless nights, just 2 months after relocating to her son's beautiful home across the country, not from lack of care, but because her soul was quietly mourning the oak tree in her old backyard. Your daily rituals, the morning walk, the afternoon prayer, the tending of your small garden, the chat with a neighbor over the fence, these are not mere habits. They are natural medicine that maintains the delicate balance of your body and your mind. Do not surrender them lightly. Love does not require you to be blind. Protecting yourself while loving without limits. The story of 79-year-old Florence, who signed over the deed to her late husband's beloved home because she trusted her child completely, is not the story of a wicked child. It is the story of how blurred boundaries, born from love, not malice, can lead to wounds no one intended to inflict. Florence had lived her entire life believing that true love meant giving everything without condition. But in our golden years, loving ourselves with equal tenderness is not selfishness. It is the highest form of wisdom a person can possess. Make written agreements before transferring any authority over your assets. Involve a trusted neutral party, a lawyer, a respected community elder, or a notary. Remember, when you protect your legal rights, you are not doubting your child's love. You are protecting the relationship itself from the weight of future misunderstandings. You are not a burden. You are a blessing, reclaiming your irreplaceable worth. There is a wound I encounter more than any other in the hearts of seniors who live with family. The quiet, devastating belief that they have become a burden. Harold, 86 years old, who once stood as the proud anchor of his entire family, now whispers with a voice barely above a breath, "I don't want to be a bother to anyone." And yet within every line on his face lies a lesson that no university can teach. And within every prayer he offers in the dark of night, there is a strength that holds his entire family together, even when no one sees it. You are not a burden. You are the root of a great and living tree. Every story you share, every prayer you lift, every moment of wisdom you offer, every warm embrace you give, these are the most priceless inheritance any family can receive. Age is a crown, not a cage, and anyone who has forgotten this truth deserves to be reminded with gentleness and grace. A free and joyful old age is yours to choose, living every day with dignity, purpose, and peace. In the end, dear friends, everything we have shared today leads to one single beautiful truth. You have the right to choose. To choose how you live, how you spend your days, whom you trust, and how you are loved. Your children's good intentions need never be doubted, but the best decisions can only be born from honest conversations, healthy boundaries, and a respect that flows in both directions, always. Your golden years are not a waiting room. They are a destination worth designing with care and with joy. You have survived every hard season, outlasted every storm, and gathered more wisdom than most people will ever know. That is not weakness, that is extraordinary power. Walk into every remaining day of your life with your head high, your heart open, and the unshakable knowledge that you deserve to live on your own terms, with dignity, with laughter, and with deep and abiding peace. Leave your comment below. Share one piece of wisdom you would most want to pass on to the generation coming after you. One sentence from you could change someone's life forever.